Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Sunday afternoon to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in week 14 of our London Black Knights series, and we are facing off against the New England Patriots to what is about to be our last road game of the season. So as in the last episode, we beat the Tennessee Titans 36-7 on the road at home at Olympic Stadium. So let's check out the playoff picture. This is very surprising to see. The Las Vegas Raiders actually lost the last episode to the Cleveland Browns, so they moved down to the number 2 seed, and we do move to the number 1 seed because we won last episode against the Tennessee Titans. And since Tennessee lost to us, they're out of the playoff picture. And this is going to be pretty interesting to see who will go home and who will advance to the postseason. Find out in a few episodes from now to see who is in and who is out. So we'll see you guys at kickoff time.
Today, from Gillette Stadium in Foxboro, it's week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Patriots are wearing those retro 1980s uniforms, which I like. The Revolutionary Soldier playing the game of football. I like the red on the Patriots. You don't get to see a lot of red anymore because they wear more blue than they do red.
As we'll see Sam Darnold and the New England Patriots taking on Andy Dalton and the London Black Knights.
Here we are in a Boston suburb called Foxboro, Massachusetts, home of the New England Patriots since 1971, while Gillette Stadium opened up in 2002. Golden Tate, he is ready to return at kickoff here for the London Bulldog Black Knights, and he gets stopped at the 26. We get to see Andy Dalton, the former Cincinnati Bengals quarterback, and we're going to use... I am thinking about using the Bills corner, even though I usually say this when we play in our Orlando Wizards franchise. Despite us not being the Buffalo Bills anymore, it is still considered under the Bills play, so just keep that in mind. I always say that when we use the Saints plays, even though we're now the Orlando Wizards. And speaking of the Orlando Wizards, I will have one of our latest videos in the description, in the link, if you guys want to check any of those episodes out if you haven't already. So 1st and 10 from the 44. Dalton, he throws it deep, a little too deep actually, and he is 1 for 2 there, and that's going to be 30 yards. So that's going to be a 2nd down and 10. So Andy Dalton, he is going to throw this to Gronk in his return to Foxboro. He was a Patriot for 8 seasons, and he gets this into the end zone for a touchdown. And that will be a 44-yard touchdown, and Gronk will claim his 8th reception of the season. Okay, now, 1st and 10, Sam Darnold stepping onto the field for the first time in this episode for the New England Patriots. So, they're going to actually hand the football off to the running back, Sony Michel. So Sony Michel there that time did lose 2 yards on that play, and that will be a 2nd and 12 now from the 29. And Darnold, it looks like he's ready to throw this football, and he is going to throw this to the receiver there that time. 3rd and 6 now here for New England. So if New England does not get this first down, they will punt. So basically they're going to try to move the chains here. They're going to throw the football, and that is actually going to be incomplete. So that could have been intercepted though. 4th and 6 now. Antonio Brown, the former Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver, is ready to return the punt here for the London Black Knights. So number 81, that's what he wore in Tampa Bay. Next season, I might change it to 84 because that's what he wore in Pittsburgh. And that's how I remember when he played for the Steelers. So that's going to be a 1st and 10. We're going to use some inside zone weak featuring Frank Gore. as our running back. So Andy Dalton hands it off to Frank Gore, and he uses a juke move there. He does get stopped though at the 49, and a gain of 17 yards on that play. So that's going to be interesting to see how well we do. So let's see, formation. We're going to use a strong. I'm going to use the dagger pass play. And they're at the 49-yard line. So Andy Dalton, he is going to throw this deep to Rob Gronkowski. And Gronk, he uses a stiff arm there. He does a front flip, claims a touchdown. So that's going to be a 51-yarder. And they will extend this lead 14-0 here in Gillette Stadium. And we'll see you guys when we're on defense. All right, now 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line, and they're going to throw the football, and that's going to be at the 36, so that's going to be a 2nd and 5 now, as they're trying to move the chains. They're only 5 yards away from getting another 1st down, so they're going to run the football with Sony Michel, and he gets stopped at the 39. And that's going to be 3rd and 2, 4-3 formation here for the defense. 16 seconds left in the 1st quarter. The clock is winding down, and Sony Michel does not get the 1st down. Gerald Everett appears to be down and injured for the New England Patriots. So they're going to punt this away. And Antonio Brown, he's ready to return. So they're going to punt it, and AB is ready to return. So Antonio Brown, he's ready to return, so he gets stopped at the 26. Okay, now 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. So Andy Dalton, he is ready to throw this football. He's going to pass this to Justin Jefferson. Why did I say Jalen Jefferson? Whenever I say Jalen Jefferson is our quarterback for the Orlando Wizards. He's our star quarterback. And we are going to reach the NFC Conference Championship game. We're going to face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Wizards' rival. So that will result in a 2nd down and 10. So we're going to use a PA boot pass play on 2nd down and 10. So Andy Dalton, he's going to throw this deep. And that could have been a PI, but it wasn't. And this will be a 3rd down and 10 now here for London. So Andy Dalton, he is going to throw this deep to Antonio Brown, and he gets a 1st down. So that's going to be 100 yards for Andy Dalton throwing-wise this game. And that was a 36-yard reception. So Dalton, I'm just going to run the football with Frank Gore, and he's easily going to get this into the end zone for a touchdown. And they will extend the lead to 21-0. Gore gets his 1st touchdown of the game. All right, now that's going to be a 3rd down and 23 now from the 22. And they're going to run with Sony Michel, and he gets stopped at the 24. So that's going to be a 4th down and 21. And they are going to have to punt, and we get to return with Antonio Brown. So, New England punts this away, and they will return. So Antonio Brown, he uses that juke move there, and he gets stopped at the 36 there with only 1:11 to go in the 1st half. So we're going to use the I form here. We're going to use the PAX dig pass play on 1st down and 10 from the 36. So Dalton, hopefully he can throw this pretty deep. And Justin Jefferson claims that, the LSU product, claims that reception. So that's going to be a 1st down. And I think we have 261 yards, if I'm not mistaken. So we are on a positive note. So Andy Dalton, he is going to throw this football out to Justin Jefferson, and he gets a touchdown. And that is going to be his 10th receiving touchdown of the season, and we're going to do a 2-point conversion, and we'll see you guys in the 2nd half. All right, now 1st and 10, beginning of the 2nd half. They're at the 32-yard line, so it looks like that he is trying to avoid being sacked, And I think it's Malcolm Jenkins who picks it up. He slides on into the end zone for the London Black Knights. And that is going to be a touchdown for London. They're going to take it to the house. They sack Sam Darnold. Malcolm Jenkins recovers the fumble and scores a touchdown out of it. So we're going to take a break, and we'll see you guys when we're back on offense. That was a beautiful interception by Devin McCourty, and it's his return to New England. And he actually caught it at the middle of the field, which is going to be more interesting because this is our AFC East rivals. So that's going to be a first down and 10. So Andy Dalton, he's going to throw this deep to Justin Jefferson. He gets a first down. All right, now first and 10 from the 28-yard line. Andy Dalton, he is going to throw this to Rob Gronkowski. And he gets stopped at the 15, 9 for 13, 288 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the day for him. And Gronk has at least over 100 receiving yards at his former home stadium, going to beat his former team. And he does not quite get it into the end zone for a touchdown, but he was pretty close. It was pretty close there. And we're going to use that same exact play, and hopefully Gronk will get a touchdown out of this one. So Dalton, he gets sacked. So that will be a second and goal. Josh Uche claimed that sack. So this will be a second and goal. So Andy Dalton, he is going to throw this to Gronk, and he gets a touchdown. We'll see you guys when we're on defense. So that will be his 10th touchdown reception this season, and they will lead this 43-0. All right, now this is going to be a second down and 13. 40 seconds to go here in Foxboro. And Sony Michel, he loses lots of yards today in this episode, and this will be a third down and 13. And they're at the 27, so this might be the final snap of the third quarter, you guys. So they're going to throw, and it looks like Tre'Davious White claims up INT, and he gets stopped at the 43-yard line. So that's going to be the second interception of the game thrown in this game by Sam Darnold. So Andy Dalton, he throws his football deep. That's going to be an incompletion. All right, now second and 10 now from the 43-yard line. And Dalton, he is going to throw this football deep to Golden Tate, and he claims it with one hand. And that's going to be a touchdown, actually. So that's going to be surprising. And we are now leading this 50-0 here in Foxboro. So we're easily going to clinch the playoffs with this W. So we're the number 1 seed in the AFC. Look at that awesome one-handed catch, though. He just ran it from 1 yard out and got a touchdown there. All right, now first down and 10 from the 32-yard line. And it looks like Sam Darnold, he is going to throw this football, and that's going to be incomplete. So that's going to be a zone coverage for second down and 10 here for the New England Patriots. So they have not scored a single touchdown in this game. All they've been doing for the most part is just throwing INTs and us claiming them, which is good for our defense because we're at an 89 overall. So with an 89 overall defense, and they do say defense does win championships. They proved it with the 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the 2000 Baltimore Ravens. So that's going to be thrown incomplete. So this will be a 4th and 5 here for New England. And London is actually going to return this punt. And it will be Antonio Brown. He is ready to return, and he gets stopped at the 27. All right, now first and 10 from the 27. So Andy Dalton, he is going to throw this football to Antonio Brown, and he claims a first down. And that's going to be 389 yards for Andy Dalton. So he has 1,146 receiving yards this season, which is quite impressive for Antonio Brown. He might even become a Pro Bowler this season. Who knows? So Andy Dalton, he will throw this to Golden Tate. So that's going to be a 1st and 10. So the 2-minute warning is coming up. All right, so I decided to take the time out to think of our game plan of what we're going to do. So Andy Dalton, he is going to throw this to Antonio Brown, and he claims a touchdown out of this one. And that's going to be his 25th career touchdown reception. Well, it shouldn't be 25th. He should have more than that because he's been in this league since 2010. And we will see you guys when we're on offense, when we're back on offense, because we're going to take a break here. And Andy Dalton, he's going to hand this off to Frank Gore, and Gore gets it in for an easy 2 points. So they will extend their lead 58-0. All right, Jordan Poyer claims an INT, and he is going to return this all the way to the end zone. And that's going to be a big pick six there as he slides on into the end zone. And that's going to be a 71-yard pick six return, and they will extend the lead 65-0. Alright, now 1st down and 10. They're at the 33. Andy Dalton, he has thrown nearly 430 some yards in today's episode, and all of his receivers had at least 100 or so yards. So that will be his 3rd reception of the game, and the clock is winding down. And Andy Dalton, for the most part, he is going to throw this to Golden Tate, and he has 100 receiving yards in this game. So that's going to be a 2nd receiving touchdown, and they will extend the lead 73-0 because we're going to attempt another 2-point conversion. That's how we've been doing, and everyone likes us because of our super team that I created. So Frank Gore, he gets it into the end zone for 2 points. That's good. So 73-0, and we'll see you guys at statistics at the end of the game. Okay, Andy Dalton did put up 158.1, which is equivalent to a perfect pass rating from what I would say. 17 for 22, 461 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Sam Darnold, he threw 4 INTs in today's episode. Not a great episode for him, and he did not put up a great performance in today's episode. 12 for 22, 4 INTs, no touchdowns. Frank Gore did get a rushing touchdown. So all of our receivers for London did get over 100. So Gronk had the most in his return to Foxboro with 3 touchdowns. Antonio Brown and Justin Jefferson both claimed 114 yards as well, 4 receptions and a touchdown each. So Golden Tate, he had 2 touchdowns with 102 yards. And defensively, this is really impressive. Leonard Floyd, 2.5 sacks. Josh Ushee had 1 sack. Jerry Hughes had 0.5 sacks. Tre'Davious White, C.J. Mosley, Devin McCourty, and Jordan Poyer all claimed INTs. Poyer was the only one to claim it for a touchdown. McCourty's, he claimed it at the 50. And there was a fumble recovery by Malcolm Jenkins for a touchdown. And those were the only 2 defensive touchdowns in this episode. So basically, wraps it up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next episode. Have a great Sunday, everyone.